All right, let's start with the session. A very good evening to all, respected members of the bar, esteemed panelists, my dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I am Advocate Shwetansha Goyal, a proud member of this family, and today I welcome you all in the sarcastic session and panel discussion for the candidates contesting for the post of president in the High Court elections, Bar Association elections scheduled to take place on 6th of November 2020. So Abraham Lincoln said, "A ballot is stronger than a bullet." सो इसी कोट के साथ मैं आप सबसे गुजारिश करना चाहूंगा कि आप कृपया करके अपना वोट कास्ट करने के लिए 6 नवंबर को जरूर आएं और अपना सपोर्ट बार की तरफ जरूर शो करें. At the outset, I would also like to thank all the panelists for showing their enthusiasm in the event and supporting the initiative in such a positive manner. And also, I would like to thank all our viewers for joining us today with this sarcastic session. So the format of the competition is very simple. The format of the discussion is simple. Each speaker would be getting a time period of 3 to 4 minutes for making their opening remarks, in which they can elucidate upon the agendas that they're planning to take in the upcoming tenure. And in the next 20 minutes, we would be taking some questions which would be posed by me. These questions would be answered by the panelists, and it would be a one-way communication. I would request the panelists not to cross-question each other and make it function smoothly. So let's start with Randhawa sir. Randhawa sir, we know you very well. You've been our ex-president and you've been a great personality during the whole tenure. Over to you, sir, for making opening remarks in this regard. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Goyal, for bringing this web event to make election more interesting and, in fact, more interactive. So, first of all, whatever has happened, whatever has been done, whatever has been made during the last tenure, it was the collective effort of each and every bar member. In regard to that, I pay my great respect and a big thanks to all the honorable members that they have stood for a cause whenever there was a call. So for that, that credit goes to each and every honorable member of this bar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Randhawa sir. Over to you, Punita ma'am, for your opening remarks. Randhawa sir, very well said. The bar members have stood for a cause when there was a cause. With this, I hand over the mic to Punita ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
A very good evening to all my esteemed colleagues and friends, Disputandum, our young moderator, and my co-panelists, Mr. Randhawa and Mr. Dhillo. And best wishes to all the candidates who are contesting for the Punjab and Haryana High Court Bar Association elections to be held on the 6th of November, coming 6th of November. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to the team of Disputandum for giving an opportunity to put across and discuss the issues by our honorable members, and especially at this time of the hour when holding a general house is not possible. About me, every voter has a right to know. I've been practicing for the last 24 years, since the year 1996, a mediator for 12 years, and a potential mediator trainer for the past more than 8 years. And majority of the problems I feel can be sorted out by sitting across the table and communication. Every time when there is a problem, there is no need for aggression. Aggression should be the last resort, which should definitely be resorted to if the same cannot be worked out, any solution cannot be worked out through communication. My main agenda, if given an opportunity, would be to make every possible endeavor to maintain, uphold the dignity and sanctity of the Bar Association and each one of my bar member. The president of the Bar Association, I feel, is a reflection and the face of the entire Bar Association. The president should ensure a good coordination amongst, of course, the bench and the bar council and the bar associations, and intercede each of the members. As we all know, that young lawyers are bound to face the initial struggles. We all have been through that at one stage or the other. as in any other field, because there is struggle in every field. The least we can do for them, for our young members, is when they come, give them a decent seating place, cooperative canteens, so that to be run by the lawyers themselves on no profit, no loss basis, so that they have provision for good, hygienic and economical food. Hostel accommodation at the moment is not possible, but every endeavor should be made shall be made that hostel accommodation, at least up to 5 years of practice, can be provided, because that involves a lot of intricacies. So at this point of time, might not be possible. More of computers, Wi-Fi connectivity, access to the library. What I feel is, when a young member joins the bar, whether he or she is a member of the bar association or not, should have access to each and every facility.
Ma'am, I would request you to conclude with the opening remarks.
All right, sir. And rest I would follow later. And I once again take this opportunity to thank Despudem for such a lovely opportunity to be expressing our views. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Punita ma'am, for raising such pertinent issues. They're very pertinent in today's hour. Also, very rightly said that whenever there's a problem, there is always no need of aggression. Some things can be sorted out peacefully, and alternatives are always there. Thank you so much for deliberating upon this fact. Now, I think Dhilo sir is not there with us, so we would give him opportunity whenever he joins in. Now, the session for the open house shall commence, and I would be posing some questions to both the honorable panelists. The first thing, according to me, is which is the most pivotal role of a president, is the bar and bench relationship. जो हमारा जुडिशियल सिस्टम है वो चैरियट की तरह है, और चैरियट के दो व्हील्स हैं, एक तो बार है और एक बेंच है. एंड नाउ for a smooth functioning of the judicial system, there has to be a proper tandem in between the bar and the bench. So, रंधावा सर, आपका क्या ओपिनियन है, ये बार और बेंच रिलेशनशिप कैसे इंप्रूव किया जा सकता है, या फिर आपके टेन्योर में ऐसा आपने क्या चीजें लाई जिससे बार और बेंच के रिलेशनशिप्स इंप्रूव हुए हैं? ओवर टू यू सर.
सबसे पहले तो इसमें मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि जैसे आपने बेंच एंड बार रिलेशनशिप की बात की है, जो हमारी एग्जेक्टिव की फर्स्ट मीटिंग थी, उसमें हमने सबसे पहले डिसीजन ही ऐसा लिया कि कोई भी जो हमारी एग्जेक्टिव के मेंबर्स हैं, वो किसी प्रकार का कोई हाई कोर्ट की तरफ से कोई भी बेनिफिट है इन द टर्म्स ऑफ पैनल्स, चाहे वो लीगल एड है, चाहे कोई रिटेनरशिप और कुछ भी ऐसा, वो हम नहीं लेंगे. वन. सेकेंडली, जो भी हमारे मूव्स होंगे, वेदर इन द फॉर्म ऑफ any office order, any resolutions, any discussions of the executive committee, they will not be available to the members, but to all the citizens, whosoever comes across and wants the proceedings of the executive committee or the house, we are bound to give it. Third, we have given this very clear message to the bench that imparting justice is the sole duty of this institution. For that, for the smooth functioning of the courts, plus the concept of mutual respect and the cordial relationship between the bench and bar must prevail, so that this judicial system must go on very smoothly. So for that, we have tried to put up our best efforts so that the bench bar relations goes cordial, and the respect should be a mutual concept. It should not be the one-way affair.
Thank you so much, Randhawa sir. Very rightly said, respect should be a mutual affair. It's never a one-sided affair. पुनीता मैम, आपके लिए मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि ऐसे कोई इवेंट्स हैं जो ऑर्गेनाइज किए जा सकते हैं बार और बेंच के रिलेशंस को कॉर्डियल करने के लिए? क्योंकि इवेंट्स बहुत सारे हो सकते हैं, एकेडमिक इवेंट्स कैन बी देयर, स्पोर्टिंग इवेंट्स कैन बी देयर, अदर इवेंट्स कैन बी देयर. तो ऐसा क्या आप अपने टेन्योर में कर सकती हैं कि कुछ ऐसे इवेंट्स ऑर्गेनाइज हों और बार और बेंच के रिलेशनशिप्स इंक्रीज हों, ट्रस्ट इंक्रीज हो, फेथ इंक्रीज हो, ताकि जुडिशियल सिस्टम एक बेटर तरीके से वर्क कर सके? ओवर टू यू मैम.
इसमें मैं ये कहूंगी जी कि जब इंटरैक्शन बढ़ता है बेंच और बार में, इंटरैक्शन इज द की टू गुड कॉर्डियल रिलेशंस आल्सो. And as far as the events are concerned, that would include regular training programs for our young lawyers and frequent bar and bench interactions on various legal subjects. In terms, we can either put it across in a webinar form on a virtual platform, or probably have it in the physical mode. एंड नॉट ओनली सिर्फ ये ही नहीं है कि हम सिर्फ डिस्कशंस करें या ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स करें, इवन अदर एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज, देयर आर सर्टन, जैसे कभी विमेन डे आता है और सेलिब्रेशन डेज आते हैं, सो उस पे जब हम कोऑर्डिनेट करते हैं और इवेंट्स को कलेक्टिवली करते हैं तो ऑब्वियसली उनमें इंटरेक्शन बढ़ता है. देयर कैन बी स्पोर्ट इवेंट्स बिटवीन द टू. सो उसमें आइडिया इज कि, as Mr. Randhawa also rightly said, idea is coordination. There is no question of supremacy. And
Right.
as Mr. Goyal rightly said, they are the two wheels of the same chariot. So the balance has to be maintained and it has to be both way around. So if there is interaction and if there is communication, not only on a legal basis, but otherwise also, that makes it very easy and that makes it very cordial.
Thank you, Punita ma'am. Ma'am, I have a brief question for you.
Tell me.
If God's grace and by the support of the bar you come into power, do you are you firm on this fact that there will be a particular calendar wherein there will be certain events which are academic in nature or which are related to sports, and there is a proper participation of both the bar and bench? Can you take this pledge that we are going to expect something of this sort if the pandemic is not there? If the pandemic is not there.
Absolutely subject to, yes, the improvement in the state of pandemic, because that is the last thing we would like to do, is put anybody at risk. So once the pandemic gets over or it gets eased out, and even then taking proper precautions and safety measures, we can definitely have a calendar, and we would definitely have a calendar.
Thank you so much, Punita ma'am. Randhawa sir, there were certain queries to the fact that पीछे कुछ ऐसे instances हुए हैं past के अंदर जहां पर for example कुछ events organized थे बार के या फिर full house events, full house ceremonies थी जहां पे demised lawyers को homage दी जाती है, तो वहां पे there were not full participation of the bar as well as the bench. So do you see a lose of trust between the bar and bench, and if there is a lose of trust, what is your opinion? How should we amend it? How should we make it proper?
If I rightly understood your question, I think you are pinpointed that there was a condolence meet which happened. So first of all, I want to tell you that the condolence meet happened after 2017, I think. It was exactly after 3 years. And it should be on regular basis because the size of the bar has increased too much. And the deaths happening, like with the increase of number of the bars, so such instances like they happens more frequently. So for that, it should be an annual or it should be a 2 times in a year. And we only read the names, and it has happened after 3 years now, which has been just done just few months prior to the COVID lockdown. So with that, there was a good participation from the bench as well as the bar. Yeah, I don't know whether you have attended that meet or not, but that was very much happened in the main bar hall. And the size of main bar hall, like if you give a sitting capacity, it is 450 to 550 and 100 more standing around. So not more than 650. And where we have a sizable, like the number of the bar, like we have around, like on rolls, we have 7,800s and in totals 12,000 plus, and regular visiting members will be around 4,000-5,000. So the containing capacity of that hall is too less. That was made when it was required. At that point of time, it was a big size. But now, whatever the size we have, that can only contain that number of people. So that restricts the participation. As far as the bench is concerned, majority of the judges came. Except, I think on few events, the chief was not there. And I don't know whether it has happened in the earlier also or not, but I have pinpoint that I have wrote a letter, open letter to the Chief Justice, that this is not the way you are not participating in the such events in the bar, whether it was a Lodi celebration or it was that event. His presence was like being head of the family. We don't treat him as a Chief Justice when you are an executive. You treat him as the head of the institution. So for the head of the institution, this is the major event. This is the main thing when we read out all the names and like their like duration of practice. And earlier it was used to read a brief history of that person. So that bar should know what his contribution was. to the bar when he lived here as a member and when he worked here as a member of the bar. So for that, I think it should be, such events should be like organized after 3 months or 6 months, and the detailed history of that person who has contributed to the bar during his professional like period of his life should be read out, and there should be a proper participation that can be made somewhere in the open or somewhere else where we can have a bigger participation, and then all the judges should also participate, but majority of the bench participated except Chief Justice, and I pinpoint that and I gave an open letter to the Chief Justice for his non-participation to that event to the bar.
थैंक यू सो मच सर, थैंक यू सो मच। मेरा सर यही मानना है कि हम सारे एक बहुत बड़ा परिवार हैं, दुख में भी साथ और सुख में भी साथ। Coming to the next issue at hand, sir, in its 40th session held by the World Heritage Committee in the year 2016 in Turkey, Istanbul, the Capitol complex was declared as a World Heritage Site by the UNESCO, and also one person, namely Dominic Galatia, representing the International Council on Monuments and Sites, visited the Honorable Punjab and Haryana High Court. He declared 66 hectares of land as the World Heritage Site. Punita ma'am, my question to you is that since ये एक वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट है, इसको एक इतना बड़ा स्टेटस दे दिया गया है, एक वर्ल्ड फेमस स्टेटस दे दिया गया है, और हम उस इंस्टीट्यूशन का पार्ट हैं जिसे एक वर्ल्ड फेमस इन्होंने पोजीशन दे दी है, तो आपकी एज अ प्रेसिडेंट क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी रहेंगी टुवर्ड्स द अपकीप ऑफ द हाई कोर्ट प्रेमाइसेस? Over to you, ma'am.
Once it is declared as a world heritage, it is the duty we have to maintain that, but at the same time we have, हमारे restraints जो थे वो भी बढ़ गए हैं। जैसे पहले हम expansion of the building का या कुछ का कर रहे थे, अब वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज बिल्डिंग डिक्लेयर होने के बाद वहां पे वो restraints आ गए हैं कि ना तो हम उसको हाइट में इंक्रीज कर सकते हैं, चेम्बर्स बना सकते हैं, ना कुछ कर सकते हैं। So अब हमारी वो restrictions जो है World Heritage, no doubt it is a very proud moment that a High Court falls within the zone, but उसके साथ हमारी restraints भी आ गई हैं, but there is always a way out। अगर वो हम height में और उसमें नहीं जा सकते हैं parameters में, we will look for alternate ways and means to fulfill the rest of the agendas,
right, ma'am,
and problems being faced by
I'm sorry, Randhawa sir, Punita ma'am is talking about the alternative methods which can be used to promote this whole thing. आपके हिसाब से क्या alternatives हैं जो हम ले सकते हैं इस वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट को बचाने के लिए? क्या alternative आप propose करते हैं?
For that, like if we go back to the history, the Chandigarh, the foundation stone of the Chandigarh was laid down somewhere on, I think, the first 7th October 1953, if I'm not wrong.
Right.
So till now, hello?
I'm there, sir, I'm there.
Yeah. So till now, like about more than 65 years have passed. So, and I'm very like deeply, I was connected during my academic days with the UNESCO as well. I've been there on the 60th anniversary of UNESCO in Paris, its headquarters. So I represented South Asia to present my viewpoint over there. And my paper was published in the UNESCO. And even at that point of time, such issues came. And in regard to the World Heritage, because it takes care of the heritage as well. So minimum 100 years or plus has to be there to make anything a heritage one. For that, Chandigarh is a very new city in regard to that. It is just because it got a global importance because of Dili Ka Puja. And declaring it a heritage building is a one aspect, but giving a proper and equated infrastructure to the lawyers, to the public is the foremost important thing. So why it is happening now? So to my mind, the main issue behind is the High Court's building committee, which has not parallelly developed the infrastructure in regard to the lawyers, in regard to the public, which normally visits. So if we take the first old courts, the 10 courts, in those courts, the infrastructure was quite sufficient. The small library, the library now we are using, that was for the half of it was, as we heard from our seniors, half of it was a library and half was a bar room. When this bar room came into existence, it again took a lot of force that we are going to take it over. There was again like little tension between the bench and the bar. So my viewpoint is the building committee, the head of the institution, and the representatives of the bar, they should be in constant touch and they should be in a full participation in regard to the development of the infrastructure, because it is not only the growing number of the cases and growing number of the courts and growing number of the judges, it is the growing number of litigation. It's increasing number of the litigants who are coming to the High Court. It's increasing number of the lawyers who have joined this profession. Like after completing my education, I joined in 2001. And since then, like if you see, the number has changed to like many folds. So to my point, the equal availability of infrastructure for the lawyers and litigants was never considered. And even now, for a small thing, we have to go around with the building committee number of times. The president and secretary should be the member of the building committee so that they can take participation, they can contribute in each and every decision of the building committee where they can raise their voice. Yes, lawyers' participation, lawyers' requirement, lawyers' infrastructure, and public infrastructure should be taken care of. So these are small things which were never taken up, and we raised this issue while in the building committee. So even we were informed that there are many issues in regard to judges. Then we said, then have a separate agenda where you consider the lawyers and litigants as a party to it. Then you call a separate agenda and separate meeting, inviting the office bearers of the bar. Your voice is not there, Mr. Goyal.
Am I audible now?
Yes, it's fine.
Yes.
It's fine.
Punita ma'am, thank you Randhawa sir for such great remarks on the issue. Punita ma'am, I have a question for you. Punita ma'am, in the year 2016, it was declared a World Heritage Site. Now, recently what happened is that there was a person named Rajneesh Vatis, and this person, Rajneesh Vatis, is the member of Chandigarh Heritage Committee. So he made a comment that the parking, which is in front of the multi-level parking, is unlawfully occupied by the Bar Association. Now, what is your opinion on it? And if it is unlawfully occupied, if it in any case, if it is, then what is the alternative that you propose to solve this issue? Because this is a very pertinent issue we face every day of our lives. Over to you, ma'am.
When during my tenure as a vice president in the year 2017-18, we had various meetings for finalization of the master plan with the honorable the judges and with the building committee. So there the issue and what was sorted out was that area what you're talking about has been said to be illegal. Rather, there was a specific provision that that entire parking area is going to be made a multi-level parking and with chambers constructed on it to accommodate more of that. So till the time we were there in the committee, we had meetings with them. Then subsequently, it kind of died down and it probably didn't finalize. It could not materialize. So I would not say that had that place been illegally occupied, then it would not have been a part of the master plan to be creating multi-level parking and chambers in that.
Right, ma'am. Ma'am, according to my research, that area was declared as the UNESCO Heritage Site in the year 2016, which is probably subsequent to the formulation of the master plan. Randhawa sir, my question to you is that what is your opinion on this? I also heard that you made a very ranging comment on the heritage committee. So what is your opinion? Like, how do you propose to solve this problem of parking?
Okay, coming to the parking, I would like to quote one thing, like one very senior honorable member amongst the bench. He commented once while I was taking up this issue. He said the first thing, I thank to God was I am not going to park my car in the lawyer's parking. I'm going to have a separate entry and parking. So meaning thereby it's such a big issue. It is. And every lawyer, whosoever is having, like if any lawyer having an age of 70, 65, and he's already going through various like hypertension and any like the stress he's like taking around when he's coming to the court of his case of his client, and then the big issue is in a first half an hour when he reaches the high court, he has a big issue to park his car. So for that that kachi parking, which is now a burning issue sometimes in the media and sometimes amongst the bar members as well, to my point, it was a very righteous decision to be taken, and it would have been taken in a more appropriate way, and we tried to do that. First of all, there was one litigation going on in regard to the infrastructure. We made a CM in that, and we asked the bench that this case is heard after every 6 months or so. Kindly make a short date so that it can be reached to its logical conclusions. For that, that case has been taken up number of times, and in that moment, the new idea was propounded by our executive that the kachi parking should take up that should be taken up first. That has around 900 feet by 1500 feet, so it approximately makes 25 to 30 acres. So if we can have a 1/4 of it, that will serve a huge purpose. And for that, we approached the UT administration, the governor. When we had a meeting with the governor, he said, since I have come to this duty as a governor of the Punjab and as an administrator of the UT, you are the first executive who has come up here and who has given up this proposal, this resolutions, and this your memorandum. And in that memorandum, we have demanded that there should be a car parking space for 10,000 cars, and there should be a chambers for having 2,500 chambers to contain the all the members to have their chambers as a private for their using of their professional office. So for that, he said, you are the first executive who has come in my tenure to apprise me about this situation. So that land was already being used by the High Court, by the private litigants, by the lawyers, and we only rearranged it in a way so that income can be generated. If there will be a human resource that can be outsourced. So with that, it will be a proper management of the parking, and it has enhanced the revenue of the bar also.
So my question to you is that क्या हम अपनी सफलता में इतना आगे बढ़ चुके हैं कि हमने एनवायरनमेंट का केयर करना छोड़ दिया है? अब मेरे सीनियर्स मुझे बताया करते थे कि हाई कोर्ट के अंदर सारा जंगल होता था और बिल्डिंग होती थी, और आज के टाइम पर अगर हम देखते हैं तो हाई कोर्ट के अंदर सब कुछ सीमेंटेड है और जंगल बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. तो क्या बार एसोसिएशन ऐसे कोई स्टेप्स प्रपोज करेगी कि एनवायरमेंटल रिहैबिलिटेशन इज आल्सो देयर side by side, because I also am aware of the fact that parking is a very burning issue and development is also an issue because we need open spaces. Now my point is that is there any way that rehabilitation can be done, or there is some alternative wherein bar proposes a program कि अगर हम इस जगह को हम ले रहे हैं अपने यूज के लिए तो किसी और जगह पर हम जाकर 10 पेड़ लगाएं, तो is that possible? Or
very right, you have taken a question within a question. First, yes, parking and then the green area. For that, it's a very well-reasoned question to my mind, and we have already suggested that measure. We have counted the plants and we have given them alternative, we have given them an alternative program about that. If we can grow the plants by giving 100 or 200 feet surrounding of the parking, there can be now you must be having, I belong to a rural family, still I'm engaged in farming, and I'm very much into it. There should not be anything to be done to the burning the way it is happening. And since 5 years long, I've been not doing that. So I'm a pro-environmentalist on that part. And for that, we have suggested there should be a 100 feet surrounding border of the parking area, which will give a concept of microforestry. you know what a microforestry concept is nowadays. If you have a 10 marla land or if you have a 10 acres land, there can be a like botanical experts, the horticulture experts, and the other like ecological experts, which can give you a helping where you can raise the microforestry. So I'm telling you, from 10 marlas, you can have a microforest. And if we can have a 100 feet wide microforestry around the multi-level parking, it will look like a jungle. It will have a more plants than in the entire High Court than in that parking surroundings. So with that, we have given that concept very much. That was a well thought, and that was a very well examined issue. While in the executive, we gave this plan to the UT administration, and they were like they have given their consent. So I want to add on that when we took this issue with the governor and with the advisor, and I would like to thank to the members of the bar who took us, especially I want to name Mr. Pankaj Jain. He helped us like anything while doing this duty. He helped us. He took this issue with the administration. Yes, it's a real issue and we should do something. And we proposed, this is a very important aspect, Mr. Goyal, I'm going to tell you. We proposed -5 stories below the ground, and on the ground they can have a green patch. They can have a greenery they want, microforestry or anything, not on the border side, but on the top as well. But they said we can go only up to -3, and they have agreed upon that -3, and they have given the affidavit in regard to that in the court, in which we have moved the CN. So where thereby, before coming to the earlier multi-purpose project, which was there to be done in the parking in front of gate number 2, 4, 5, and 1, or adjoining the library lawn, that could have brought a very big hustle to the during its construction. So prior to that, there should be they should make a multi-level parking below the ground and -3 agreed to it. That was the small thing I want to share it with you.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Randhawa sir. You have the assurance of me and my team that we would be striving towards this particular issue with you if it is taken up during the next tenure. Punita ma'am, my next question to you is regarding the uniformity in functioning of courts. तो मैम एक recent trend जो हमारे को बहुत सारी हमने we invited queries over mail, so we got a lot of queries on this particular point कि आज के टाइम पे कोर्ट की फंक्शनिंग में यूनिफॉर्मिटी नहीं है, which creates a confusion in mind of the lawyers. सुबह for instance, let's take the instance of tea breaks. अब टी ब्रेक्स हर कोर्ट का अलग है, किसी कोर्ट का 11:15 पे है तो किसी कोर्ट का 11:30 पे है. The point is not of tea break, but the point is that there should be a particular uniformity in the functioning of court, because at the end of the day, lawyers are facing this issue of confusion in their mind. Now, my question to you is that is Bar Association or President Bar Association, can he do something towards this, or can there be a proposal to the bench, or can there be a agenda before the bench that yes, there should be uniformity in functioning of courts? Over to you, ma'am.
Definitely, uniformity in court is the need of the hour, and for a smooth functioning of the court, it is required also. But here, see, as far as I'll just respond to the tea breaks part, what you are saying. Yes, in a way, now that we are doing virtual courts, if all the courts take a tea break at the same time, then wouldn't it be a little difficult in coordinating all the cases? Say, suppose a council has 2 cases or 3 cases in separate courts, and if all the courts get up at the same time during the tea break, and the matter is about to come in 2 consecutive courts thereafter, right?
Yes, ma'am. That would be a problem.
So that again can be a problem. See, uniformity in the working, yes, definitely. But I will say that during this time, rather this would work as a positive that all the courts are getting up at different timings.
Yes.
As far as the uniformity in courts, there are 2 different aspects. Uniformity in courts, when we talk about in the general scenario, yes, there has to be a uniformity of the court timings, the way the matters are taken up. Yes, and some benches, with due respect, take the matters serial wise. Some take topic wise, like they subject wise, the bails are taken first and the others are taken first. And when I was the vice president, we tried to work it out in a manner that each honorable court should give the way you are going to be, this is the way the cases are going to be taken up. And we took it up with the registry. Mr. Goel, am I
Yes, ma'am.
audible?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am, you're audible. You're perfectly audible. Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
So we also took up this issue to quite an extent, and we had a meeting with the NIC committee, or the computer committee also. The cases should be listed in a manner in which the honorable judge wishes to take the matters. Say, let us suppose bail matters, then the compromise matters, and then say suppose the civil matters or any other matter. Rather than having them at the different number and having different lists, if the same is provided that this is the course to be taken, the cases can be listed in that order only. Say, suppose from 201 to 2010, if the honorable judge wishes to take the bails first, because obviously at times the others are not taken, and the lawyers also want that the bail matters should be taken up first, they should be listed from 201 to 2010. Thereafter, the compromise matters from 211 to 220 or 225 whatsoever, and in the order in which they are to be taken.
Right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Randhawa sir, what is your take on this whole issue? Like, what is your planning on this issue? What are you planning to do for achieving the proper uniformity of courts? Because this has been a very indispensable and pertinent issue for lawyers from my angle. Over to you, sir.
Regarding working of the courts or the like it's
Uniformity in functioning of courts.
uniformity function. Yeah, that's a very rightly explained by Punita ma'am, that it should be taken up in a way that there should be a like similar timings for all the courts to have a tea break, then to take Passovers, and then to open the court, and then to close the court, so that every lawyer should have his timings, and in a disciplined way he can come to court and go from it. And sometimes we see that the working of the court goes very late, and any lawyer who's engaged in that case in that court on that day, or next day he's like totally like he's in a big fuss that what he's going to do tomorrow, when he has spent entire evening there. Late evening he comes to his office, sometimes his client's waiting, his next day cases are suffering. So these things are to be taken up, but we have done it. But one of the member from the bench, he explained his medical difficulty about that. So everybody knows that happens. But what can be done, that is a more appropriate way, what other suggestions we can put forth, that they should follow it strictly and with a full discipline.
Right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Randhawa sir, my next question to you is regarding the social security of lawyers. तो हम सब लोग क्यों काम करते हैं? ताकि सब सिक्योर रहें, हमारी फैमिली सिक्योर रहे, जिनके बच्चे हैं वो बच्चे सिक्योर रहें, सबको प्रॉपर मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज मिलती रहें, हेल्थ फैसिलिटीज मिलती रहें, एजुकेशन मिलती रहें. और जैसे हमने पहले बात की है कि बार एसोसिएशन इज मोर लाइक अ फैमिली टू एवरीबडी. सो व्हाट आर द स्कीम्स दैट आर इन प्लेस and what are the schemes that you propose to initiate after you come into power again, sir?
We have done very small steps on that. I would like to share, and there are two main steps which are in between. And prior to that, like before I explain that, I would like to share one instance when the lockdown happened since 22nd, 23rd of the March onwards. What happened in the month of April? One of my close friend, and he happens to be a member of this bar, he had a brain stroke in the beginning of the April, though he died struggling it. And only we were few, 5-6 lawyers, because it was a total lockdown, who went for his cremation and all. And we have to pay from the bar to the medical expenses of the hospital, which was around 50,000-60,000, I think, if I'm not wrong, because he was not having any other source of income. He was having his widow mother residing with him, and having his two sisters living abroad. It was such a pitiable situation that the entire family passed through. They suffered due to that, and the all members who were closely associated with him. So it was Mr. Kamaljeet Singh Dhillon, who is no more with us. And prior to that, we had worked on that there should be some sort of social security about that. For that, we need to have some funds in hand. And as far as the funds we have collected, so like our expenses are always higher than, they are much higher than our income. Like for that, it's normally the budget was presented after the financial year closes, but we adopted the method otherwise. We gave a monthly like income expenditure statement, which was available on the notice board, which was available on the website, and in a proper message it was flashed amongst the like members of the bar, so that they can correct us that where we can generate the revenue and where we can mend our spendings, so that we can generate and we can save much more funds for that, so that some such sort of some things can happen in regard to social security. So for that, what we are presently doing, we are giving 50% of the total bills to the any lawyer who has been hospitalized, and which should not be more than the 1.5 lakhs to the maximum. And then on the death cases, it is 3 lakhs and 5 lakhs on different occasion if any lawyer dies before any like a certain age. But to my mind, both the amounts are quite less in nowadays. Why we have to look forward to any insurance company? Though we try to attempt that we invited the entrusted lawyer members of the bar who wanted to have a group insurance, and we have got around 500 lawyers for that. And for that, when we gave this number to the insurance companies, they asked us, "Can you go for the entire bar's insurance?" I said, "It is not possible. Only 500 of them has given their interest, have given their expression of interest, and I can only talk about them. And you have to come for bargain for that, so that we can have a best like policy available." But somehow it didn't mature. Then the second thought came that we are collecting 25 rupees as a court fee, which goes to the bar council. Then it was discussed in the executive committee that we should also have some kind of that revenue collection, because we have studied at the many of the district courts, lower courts, they are collecting 50 rupees per wakalatnama, they are collecting 70 rupees, 100 rupees, 150 rupees, and we have collected all those documents with us, and we made a proposal. And that proposal is pending with the that rules committee, because it has to be amended in the High Court rules that we can generate our own revenue. For that revenue, we have further suggested that 1/3 should go to the medical insurance, 1/3 should go to life insurance, and 1/3 should go to anything which can happen like this, which is we are now passing through. We have been now passing through a very difficult time. So for that, we have made a account with the name of PHHCBA, Disaster Management Relief Fund. This fund was created during this pandemic. And brother, you should be happy to know that all this fund was contributed by the lawyers themselves. And with that fund, we have helped our lawyer members who has applied. There was a certain criteria, and all the eligible members who were like eligible or who were falling in the criteria were given 7,500 rupees as a one-time measure. So it was very small effort, but it was a symbolic one, so that we should know we are such a big bar, we can collect money and we can distribute money to our own fraternity members whenever they need. Why we have to look upon to any private insurance company, to a government insurance company, and to take a begging bowl to the governments that give us some money. We should be a self-reliant setup. We are all are earning. We have young lawyers. We cannot ask them to pay, but after 5 years of membership, they can also contribute in that fund. So with that, if you have a more work, you will contribute more. If you
Yes.
have a less work, you will contribute less. So with that, we can increase our own mechanism of social security. Then we can ask the government, now we have this system, what you contribute with us.
Yes. Thank you so much, Randhawa sir. Very rightly said that small efforts made by some lawyers can create big changes. Punita ma'am, what is your take on this issue of social security and how should we enhance better social security measures in the Bar Association? Over to you, ma'am.
Social security is, of course, required, which is subject to collection of funds. Since we have been having funds crunch, so what I would say is, first of all, before I begin with that,
Yes, ma'am.
we have our health insurance schemes in place. As Mr. Randhawa rightly said, that 50% of the hospitalization charges and those are released. But that particular amount is only for the lawyer member, not for his or her dependents. So I would say that this should be extended to the family and the dependents.
Yes,
Why
ma'am.
only the member? Why only the bar member? If there is a crunch, it is not only for the bar member, it is for the family also. So the diameter and the parameter of that health insurance, we would have to increase. One. Secondly, there is on the bereavement of an honorable member, there is a fixed stipulation of amount of rupees 3 lakhs. But when I was the office bearer, we found out that applications are called for that amount. And that particular part, somehow I really opposed. I said, एक तो member जा रहा है, चला गया. अब उसका family member उठ के पहले आएगा, वो application देगा. See, financial किसी को difficulty हो सकती है, पर उसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि उसने अपनी गैरत भी छोड़ दी, वो शायद शर्म के मारे ही नहीं आएगा. तो हमने ये एप्लीकेशन का पार्ट क्यों रखा है? अगर एक हमारा ऑनरेबल मेंबर जाता है, इट इज आवर ड्यूटी कि वो वाला अमाउंट जो हमने फिक्स कर रखा है, हम खुद चल के जाके उनको देकर आए, ना कि वो हमारे पास उसको लेने आए. वन पार्ट. अगर कोई ऑनरेबल मेंबर बोलता है कि मुझे उसका रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है, तो जो हम एक सेपरेट कॉर्पस क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, वो वाला 3 लाख जो सपोज 1, 2 या 4 मेंबर ने नहीं लिया, उसको हम उस कॉर्पस में डाल सकते हैं. और एक हो सकता है कोई यंग मेंबर बेचारा गया है, उसकी छोटे छोटे बच्चे हैं, वाइफ उसकी हाउसवाइफ है, अर्निंग नहीं है, उसकी रिक्वायरमेंट थोड़ी सी ज्यादा हो सकती है किसी और से. जब हम कहते हैं कि हम सब एक लीगल परिवार हैं, हम एक लीगल फैमिली हैं, तो फिर हम ये वाली रिस्ट्रिक्शंस क्यों रख रहे हैं? और जिनको नहीं चाहिए, आज तक अगर हम डेटा निकाल के देखें तो बहुत कम मेंबर्स ने इस चीज के लिए अप्लाई किया होगा. कुछ ने शर्म में नहीं किया होगा, बिकॉज ऑफ डिग्निटी नहीं किया होगा, और कुछ ने वो वैसे ही लिया नहीं होगा क्योंकि उनको रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं था. सो माय एंडेवर वुड बी कि वो अमाउंट उन तक पहुंचे विदाउट देयर आस्किंग फॉर इट. वेल, ऑफ कोर्स, इन केस दे डू नॉट रिक्वायर इट, दे हैव अ राइट टू refuse it.
थैंक यू सो मच पुनीता मैम. बड़ी अच्छी आपने बात समझाई है कि एक अच्छा परिवार का कर्ता वही होता है जो परिवार वालों के बिना कुछ मांगे सबका ध्यान रखता है. तो दिस इज अ वेरी पॉजिटिव थिंग दैट इज कमिंग फ्रॉम यू. Last issue I would be talking about is that there's a question. It's not an issue. It's a question since both of you are the ex-post bearers. Now, my question to both of you is that can you list down 4 things which have been done by you and which has not been done by any other executive? Randhawa sir, over to you.
Yes, there are some things. I mean, मैं ये नहीं कहूँगा कि बाकियों ने नहीं किया. अगर बार यहाँ तक ग्रो कर चुकी है, तो जो हमारे प्रीडिसेसर्स हैं, जो इस बार के पहले मेंबर भी थे और आज के दिन में जो सबसे न्यूएस्ट मेंबर भी है, उस हर मेंबर की कंट्रीब्यूशन को मैं सल्यूट करता हूं. बिना हर एक मेंबर की कंट्रीब्यूशन के ये बार ग्रो नहीं कर सकती. जो हमारे प्रीडिसेसर्स हैं, उन्होंने भी काफी अच्छे काम किए होंगे, पर हमने कोशिश की है जो उनके द्वारा किए हुए अच्छे काम है उनको आगे बढ़ाएं, और जो कुछ और काम हम कर सकते थे, जितनी हमारी समझ थी, जो भी समय हमें मिला और उसमें हमें जो सजेशंस मिली उसको आगे लेके हमने जाने की कोशिश की है। तो उसमें एक मैंने आपको ट्रांसपेरेंसी का बताया है कि ट्रांसपेरेंसी से ये है कि हर मेंबर का मन करता है कि मैं ज्यादा कंट्रीब्यूट करूं, अगर हमारे इनके इतनी इनकम है, इतने एक्सपेंडिचर है, मीनिंग देयर बाय कि हमारे खर्चे मीट नहीं हो रहे हैं। और उसके लिए हमने एक ओपन सिस्टम रखा कि जो बिल्कुल ट्रांसपेरेंट हो, ताकि हर आदमी हमारे एक्सपेंडिचर पर, हमारी इनकम के ऊपर अपना जो सुझाव है वो दे सके और हमें और जो है इसके बारे में बेटर काम करने के लिए प्रेरित कर सके। और इसके साथ जो निजी इश्यूज हैं उनके बारे में बिल्कुल नहीं कहूंगा, वो तो हमारा दायित्व है, हमारा कर्तव्य है, हमारी बेसिक ड्यूटी है कि कोई भी मेंबर हमारे पास आता है अपनी मुश्किल लेके, उसको सुनना, समझना और जो बेस्ट एफर्ट्स आप कर सकते हैं, आपके हाथ में है, वो आप करें और उनको समझाएं। दूसरी बात मैं कहना चाहूंगा कि एक थोड़ा सा ये टर्बुलेंट टाइम्स भी रहे हैं बाद में, और उसमें भी हमने देखा है, जैसे एक छोटा सा इशू हैट का था, तो उसमें भी बार की एक यूनैनिमिटी थी, एक यूनैनिमस डिसीजन था, एक सबका कंट्रीब्यूशन था। तो उसमें आज ये कहना कि कुछ लॉयर्स का काम है, मैं इसको और बड़ा करके कहता हूं कि हमें हाई कोर्ट की जो सैंक्टिटी है, हमारा ये जो थर्ड पिलर ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी है, हमारा जो देश का ढांचा है, इसमें ये जो थर्ड पिलर है, इसकी सुरक्षा, इसकी अपलिफ्टमेंट और इसका सही प्रयोग और इसका स्ट्रेंथन रखना, ये जितनी जुडिशियल साइड या बेंच साइड की ड्यूटी है, उतनी हमारी ड्यूटी भी है, बीइंग पार्ट ऑफ इट, बीइंग ऑफिसर्स ऑफ द कोर्ट। ताकि अगर आज के दिन में कोर्ट्स ना हो तो आप ये समझ लीजिए ये अब कोर्ट्स थोड़ी कम फंक्शनल हैं। इसके दौरान भी जो ज्यादा है वो पुलिस राज वाला काम धीरे धीरे बढ़ रहा है, वो कोई कहने की बात नहीं है, हर आदमी उसके बारे में समझता है। तो इंस्टीट्यूशन को तगड़ा करके रखना और उसका इंस्टीट्यूशन का सही इस्तेमाल होना, ये हम सब की ड्यूटी है, ये हम सब की ड्यूटी है, उसके लिए काम करने की कोशिश की है। बाकी छोटा सा एक मसला और था हमारे पास, बैंक एक था, और वो हमारे जब पुराने जो ऑफिसर्स थे उन्होंने बताया जो कि ये 78 से मतलब ब्रांच इसकी खुली थी, तो तब तो कुछ 100 के लगभग, कोई 400-500 के लगभग मेंबर साहबान थे तब थे, बहुत कम स्टाफ था, बहुत कम जजेस थे। तो उसके लिए हमने एक प्रपोजल दिया कि हमें एक नया बैंक ला के दिया जाए, और उसके लिए एक प्राइवेट बैंक ने भी अपना ऑफर किया यहाँ ब्रांच खोलने के लिए।
HDFC Bank has a
HDFC Bank, and that issue is now pending with the building committee. So वो ऑलमोस्ट कंप्लीट है, उसके ऊपर सिर्फ यही चीज है। और पार्किंग में आपके बारे में आपको उसके बारे में बता ही चुका हूँ, और जनरल हाउस के बारे में भी हमने इसमें वीडियोग्राफ करने के लिए, सो दैट कोई भी देखना चाहे कि कैसे किया जाए काम, इसको और बेहतर पार्टिसिपेटिव कैसे बनाया जाए, या और अच्छे डेकोरम में कैसे काम किया जाए, उसकी भी वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग हमने हमेशा की है।
The team would be helpful in that. You can anytime require if you require our assistance, we are always ready to help in that initiative.
नहीं, इसमें मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ, जैसे मैं आपको एक छोटा सा इंस्टेंस बताता हूँ। इट वाज year 2011. I was member syndicate senate in the Punjab University then also, and I raised certain issues, and when the proceedings came, my issue was altogether, it was giving different meaning. Then I raised this issue, I didn't say that, my reasoning was this, my viewpoint was this, and for that the vice chancellor took a different note of that. Then we took a stand that there should be a videograph. So since then, 2011, you can find the proceedings of the Senate and Syndicate of the Punjab University. They are all videographed, as well as you will find a transcript of your viewpoints on there. Then it was small thing which has been done. Then yes, there's another thing which I would like to share, that whatever cost we have, out of that we have decided, the executive committee has decided to give the 5% of that cost to the Bar Clerk Association. ये मैं समझता हूँ पहले उनको सिर्फ साल में 50,000 या 1 लाख दिया जाता था। अब हमारा जो 5% टोटल कॉस्ट का है, वो हमारी जो क्लर्क एसोसिएशन है उसको दिया जाता है, वो लगभग 70-80 हजार से लेके 1-1.25 लाख तक पर मंथ का हो जाता है। तो ये इट्स अ बिग अमाउंट। वो उसके लिए भी हमने एक सेपरेट अकाउंट खुलाया है, जिसमें जो क्लर्क हैं उनकी एसोसिएशन का सेक्रेटरी साहबान और हमारी बार के जो सेक्रेटरी साहबान है वो उसमें सिग्नेटरी हैं, और वो पैसे को खर्चना कैसे है वो भी हमारी एग्जीक्यूटिव के आगे रखा जाएगा कि बार जो क्लर्क हैं उन्होंने ये पैसा कैसे खर्चना है। और
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Punita ma'am, over
थोड़ा
to
सा
you.
मैं
Four things.
थोड़ा सा मैं गोयल साहब ये भी बताना चाहूंगा कि कोविड वाला पार्ट हमारी जिंदगी में, हमारी जनरेशन ने, हमारी इस सेंचुरी ने शायद नहीं देखा पहले, जो सुना ही है। हमारे बुजुर्गों से हमने सुना है कि प्लेग कभी ऐसे आई थी या कोई और एक फ्लू वगैरह ऐसे आए थे। तो उसमें भी वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग को लेके, इसके केसेस को बढ़ाने को लेके, नंबर ऑफ कोर्ट्स की फंक्शनिंग को बढ़ाने को लेके, नीडी लॉयर्स को स्टाइपेंड देने के लिए, लाइब्रेरी को डिजिटलाइज करने के लिए, और 25 के लगभग वर्क स्टेशंस वहां लाइब्रेरी में इंस्टॉल किए हैं, और 5 सैटेलाइट वर्क स्टेशंस हैं। एक यूटी चंडीगढ़ में है, एक मोहाली में है, एक पंचकुला में है, एक जीरकपुर में है, और 5वां नए गांव में है। सो दैट लॉयर्स अपने जो डेमोग्राफिक अपना उनका कंस्ट्रेंट है उसमें रह के वो काम कर सकें। जबकि शुरू में मूवमेंट काफी कम थी तो वो काफी वर्केबल रहा, पर अब तो मूवमेंट अलाउ कर दिया है, और मोस्टली लॉयर्स जो हैं वो लगभग हाई कोर्ट में आके ही ये काम कर रहे हैं। और इसके अलावा जो बार की हमारी ऑटोनॉमी है उसके लिए भी मैंने काफी कोशिश की है कि एक हमारी लीगल फ्रेटर्निटी की भी जो स्ट्रेंथ है वो भी हमेशा कायम रहे, और हमारी जो बार एज अ इंडिपेंडेंट बॉडी है वो भी एक तरह से हमारी जो ऑटोनॉमी है वो बरकरार रहे। इन मुद्दों के ऊपर मैंने काम करने की, पूरी एग्जीक्यूटिव ने काम करने की कोशिश की है। और एक आपको मैं और बात कहना चाहता हूं कि जितने भी हमारे डिस्कशंस हुई हैं इसमें एग्जीक्यूटिव में, आई कैन से विद अ फुल फेथ के 99% और प्लस, आई एम नॉट सेइंग 100%, क्योंकि 100% कभी नहीं होता है, डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन इज ऑलवेज देयर, बट हमारे जो 99% हमारे मुद्दे हैं, आपस में डिस्कशंस हैं, एजेंडाज हैं, बाय वे ऑफ यूनानिमस डिसीजंस वो पास हुए हैं, और उनको इम्प्लीमेंट करने की कोशिश की है फॉर द बेटरमेंट ऑफ द बार एंड इट्स मेंबर्स।
Thank you so much, sir. We are very glad that we are part of this beautiful family जहाँ पे इतना सारा काम हो रहा है. Punita ma'am, over to you. 4 things that you've done in your previous tenure nobody has done, or 4 things that you propose to do. Over to you, ma'am.
It's all a collective effort. It's nothing that a particular committee has done and the other hasn't done. Each comes up with new ideas, and they work on something which is not there, or they feel that something new is to be added. So उसमें मैं सिर्फ यही कहूंगी कि my endeavor हमेशा से जो रहा है और आगे भी रहेगा, एक तो हर चीज में, हर वर्किंग में ट्रांसपेरेंसी, सेकेंडली पार्टिसिपेशन ऑफ द हाउस। हर लॉयर को राइट होना चाहिए कि उसको एक तो पता चले कि क्या काम हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है, और कोई भी इनपुट, सी आई कैन बी गुड एट वन थिंग, यू कैन बी गुड एट द अदर, and it's not necessary कि if you are good at a very particular thing you are a part of the executive committee also. So why should the decision be restricted only to the executive committee? It is the decision of the entire house that should matter, one. And secondly, जब हम लोग थे वहां पर इतना जरूर कहूंगी कि क्रैच नहीं था, दो एक प्रोविजन था कि क्रैच की formation in every institute that was on the Supreme Court guidelines had to be there. But as an office bearer, I would say that I took active participation. Of course, the main had to be done by the building committee. We took active participation to ensure that the crèche becomes operational very soon, and that is when the crèche in the Honorable Court during our term started. सेकेंडली वहां पर लैब्स, डिस्पेंसरी जरूर था पर लैब्स नहीं थी। अब लॉयर के पास देखिए, अगर वो 9:30 बजे सुबह कोर्ट में आ जाएगा, 5:30 बजे या 4 बजे या 4:30 बजे वापस जाएगा, तो वो टेस्ट वगैरह अगर कराने हैं तो किस समय कराएगा? डायबिटिक्स होते हैं, उनका एक फास्टिंग होता है, एक रैंडम होता है। सो उस चीज को सारी को, आई मीन डायबिटीज इज जस्ट अ स्मॉल एग्जांपल, उस चीज को केटर करने के लिए डिस्पेंसरी में साथ में लैब्स का भी अरेंजमेंट किया गया, जो अप टू 30% डिस्काउंट देते हैं सारे लॉयर्स को। और एक और हमने शुरू किया था एंडेवर कमेटी ने, हमने जो फोटोस्टैट एरिया है चेंबर्स के तरफ का, वहां पे ऊपर हमने एक हॉस्पिटल काइंड फैसिलिटीज शुरू करी थी, एंड वहां पे फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट का भी अरेंजमेंट था, डॉक्टर्स भी डिफरेंट हर फील्ड के आकर वहां पर बैठते थे फॉर कंसल्टेशंस एंड ऑल। And subsequently, it did not take up, and we did that during our committee. Then there was a question of the food part also, कि जी हर बार में क्वालिटी है, वो नहीं है, पूरा पार्टिसिपेशन नहीं है। तो हमारे टाइम में वहां पे एक उम्मीद का सेंटर भी खोला गया था। I don't know whether you've tasted anything from there or not.
They serve great samosas, ma'am.
The great samosas besides other things. So the only thing we ensured was that they were given a place free of cost because of the reasons which are very obvious, and I do not wish to spell them out to, kind of give a complex to anyone. So unko bas ek hi request tha ki please quality और rates economical होने चाहिए, जो हमारे हर member के लिए affordable हो, और उन दोनों पे किसी चीज पे complaint नहीं है। So ये वाले, besides others, there, I mean, it is always a collective effort. और ये थोड़े से काम थे जो हमारी tenure में उस समय हुए थे, but that time I was the vice president, so each post has its own constraints which you can well imagine. So subsequently, within those constraints, have always made an endeavor to do the best for my bar. I mean, I consider the bar as my family, 24 years into the profession. So I don't need to spell out what has been done or needs to be done for the family. Anything my family requires anytime, I would stand as a rock for them. I might look very soft, or agreed. I believe that everything thing should be sorted out amicably by sitting across the table. But if need be, and God forbids that the other part of it is required to be shown, I can assure you I would stand as a rock.
That is such a good thing to know, that we have good seniors like you, ma'am and sir, that we will always be helped. So ending with this, I one suggestion from my side. I don't know if I am allowed to give suggestions by the team or not.
May I say one thing?
Yes, sir.
Yes. जो मैम ने बात कही है, इसका मैं निष्कर्ष ऐसे निकालना चाहता हूं कि हमारे एक हाथ में कलम और दूसरे में तलवार चाहिए। ये बैलेंस है, बैलेंस है। ये भगवान हमें क्षमता दे कि हम इस बैलेंस का सही इस्तेमाल कर सकें। और जैसे मैम ने क्रैच के बारे में कहा है, मैं ब्रीफ 1 मिनट लूंगा। मैम, ये जो क्रैच था ये सिर्फ लॉयर्स के लिए था। हमारे पास एम्प्लॉयज इकट्ठे होके आए, लेडीज हैं, जेंट्स हैं। लेडीज कहती थी हम अपने बच्चे लेके आते हैं, उन्होंने मना कर दिया कि हमारे पास जगह नहीं है जी। वो हमने इस बार एम्प्लॉयज के बच्चों को भी परमिट करवा दिया है। जो आपने काम किया उसको और थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ा दिया है कि एम्प्लॉयज के बच्चे भी बीच में आके अपने खेल सकते हैं, उनका रख रखाव हो सकता है। और वहां का एक कैमरा लगा हुआ है, वो कैमरा जो है हमारे बार ऑफिस में उसकी पूरी रिकॉर्डिंग रहती है। हर वो जितनी देर भी बच्चा रहता है या बच्चे रहते हैं, उनका सर्वेलेंस वहां पर हमारे अंडर वो सर्वेलेंस है। और एक बात मैं कहना चाहता हूँ, स्ट्रीमलाइनिंग ऑफ द सैलरीज ऑफ द बार। ये गोयल साहब, हमारे यहाँ पर सैलरीज का काफी इशू रहता था। जब हमने सारा रिकॉर्ड एम्प्लॉयज का डिस्प्ले किया सब मेंबर्स के सामने, तो कई एम्प्लॉयज ने आके ये कहा हमें तो पता ही नहीं, हमारे साथ वाला एम्प्लॉय ये तनख्वाह ले रहा था। तो उसको भी हमने स्ट्रीमलाइन करने की कोशिश की है। मिनिमम सैलरी हमारे यहाँ मिलती थी 7,000 और मैक्सिमम सैलरी जाती थी 65 और 70,000 के लगभग। सो इसका मतलब कि 1:7 की रेशो में हमारी डिस्पैरिटी थी, और उसको हमने काफी हद तक करेक्ट किया है। और जो मिनिमम और मैक्सिमम सैलरी उसको फ्रीज किया है विदाउट डिस्टर्बिंग द बजट। सो हमने 1:4 का फार्मूला अप्लाई किया है, और उसमें हमने 12,000 मिनिमम जो है सैलरी वो दी है, और जो मैक्सिमम उससे लगभग 60-65 जो एम्प्लॉयज हैं उनको बेनिफिट मिला, जो बहुत निचले दर्जे पर बैठे हुए थे। 7,000 में आज के समय में कुछ भी नहीं आता है, और उनको 12,000 किया। और जो बहुत ज्यादा एक्सेसिव में थे उनको सबको कॉन्फिडेंस में लेके थोड़ा कम किया ताकि एक बैलेंस बना रहे। और उसके बाद एक और अहम बात रही कि जब ये हमारा कोविड टाइम था, उससे पहले तो हमारी नॉर्मली जो पे थी ना 10 दिन 20 दिन 15 दिन लेट हो जाती थी, पर जब कोविड टाइम रहा, मैं दावे के साथ कह सकता हूँ हमारी जो सैलरी है 1 तारीख से 5-7 तारीख के बीच में जानी चाहिए। हमारी पहले 3 दिनों में जो महीने का दिन शुरू होता था, हमारी सैलरी ऑलमोस्ट चली जाती थी। तो ये सब इतना मुश्किल टाइम जो हमने अभी पास किया है, जहाँ अभी कर रहे हैं, और हो सकता है थोड़ा बहुत आगे करना भी पड़े, ये इसमें हर बार मेंबर की बहुत कंट्रीब्यूशन है, सबकी बहुत कंट्रीब्यूशन है जो हमारी संस्था के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं। उन सब का भी मैं आपके माध्यम से बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूँ कि इस क्राइसिस में भी हम एक आवाज में खड़े हैं और अपने मुद्दों पर पहरा दे सकते हैं।
Right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, on an ending note, I would like to give one suggestion. I don't know if I'm allowed to the team or not. My suggestion is that on an average, one candidate uses 500 paper cards during his canvassing, which makes it around 25,000 paper cards during the entire canvassing session. So I would request also in for creating this 25,000 paper cards, we need to cut around 50 to 100 trees. So I would request both the honorable members who are contesting for the post of president to consider this as their agenda, that let's take a pledge and let's ban paper canvassing. We can do it digitally. We are members of the same family. We can meet each other. We can greet each other. So let's move in a progressive direction.
If I
On
may
the
be
end-
permitted to
yes.
add there, when in the committee, when I just forgot to add one thing, we had amended our bar association rules since they were quite old and there were a lot of discrepancies. So besides other, which I would not take much of your time now, one of the main agendas was the elections. There I had taken up and made every endeavor that let us make the campaign a paperless campaign.
Yes.
And I can assure you till date, it is all my campaign is going virtually and not a single card or a simple paper has been wasted. और मैं तो उल्टा, अगर खाली पेज का एक साइड पे प्रिंटेड है, दूसरा भी खाली है, तो आई यूज इट, आई मेक इट अ पॉइंट टू यूज इट एज अ रफ पेपर एंड नॉट टू वेस्ट इट.
That is so good. That is so good to know, ma'am, that both of you are so environmentally conscious. On this note, I would request.
इसमें गोयल साहब, I want to contribute जो आपने अभी suggestion दिया है ना,
Yes.
ये I happen to be the president of the Student Council Punjab University for 2 terms, 98.
I know, sir. I am an alumni of the university.
वो जो
Yes.
सेकंड इलेक्शन था ना, सेकंड इलेक्शन में हमने पोस्टर फ्री लड़ा था, क्योंकि पहले इलेक्शन में हमने पूरी दीवारें गंदी कर दी, हॉस्टल्स की, गर्ल्स हॉस्टल्स की, बॉयज हॉस्टल की, डिपार्टमेंट्स की। फिर बाद में बुरा भी लगा, उसको साफ भी किया नेक्स्ट एक हफ्ते में, खुद अपने हाथ में साफ किया, सिंबॉलिक, फिर बाद में स्टाफ ने किया। नेक्स्ट ईयर से हमने कहा भी हम हैंड बिल्स देंगे, हम पोस्टर पेस्ट नहीं करेंगे बिल्डिंग के ऊपर, तो बिल्डिंग गंदी नहीं हुई। दिस टाइम जब ये मार्च का महीना था, तब कैंडिडेट्स कुछ और थे साथ में, सबको मैंने कॉन्फिडेंस में लिया और मैंने रिक्वेस्ट की जो इलेक्शन कमेटी थी कि आप सबसे ये कहें कि अपने जो भी कार्ड है 1-2 दिन में खत्म कर लें जिन्होंने छिपवा रखे हैं, और उसके बाद आप नोटिस बोर्ड लगा दें 10 जगह पर, 5 गेट हो गए और 5 कॉमन पॉइंट्स हो गए, तो
Yes,
वहां पर हर कैंडिडेट को इक्वल स्पेस दे दें अपनी एडवर्टाइजमेंट के लिए। तो वो लागू हो चुका था ऑलरेडी अप्रैल में, पर अब तो बाय कंपल्शन और बाय लाइक नो अदर मींस वी कांट नाउ स्प्रेड कार्ड्स। सो अब तो मेरे को लगता है ये सब इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कैंपेन ही चलेगा। बाकी
Yes.
उस दिन भी जो अभी मीटिंग लास्ट हुई है, उसमें पुनीता मैम भी थे उस मीटिंग में, बाकी सब कैंडिडेट्स भी थे, तो उसमें भी इलेक्शन कमेटी ने हमसे यही प्रॉमिस लिया है कि आप किसी भी अपने वोटर को, अपने मेंबर को वहां पर कार्ड नहीं देंगे। एक तो ये कोविड की वजह से, और दूसरा ठीक है आपको जानते ही हैं सब लोग, तो आप अपने गले में अपना कार्ड डाल के कन्वेंस करिए, अपने व्यू पॉइंट दीजिए, अपना बताइए। सो वी ऑल एग्री टू दैट।
Thank you so much.
It should be made a part of life only. अबे जितना भी आगे इलेक्शन कैंपेन भी होता है, होना ही पेपरलेस चाहिए। रादर मैंने एक और सजेशन भी दिया था, I'll just take half a minute, not more than that, कि जब हम इलेक्शन कमेटी के अमेंडमेंट्स कर रहे थे कि हम लोग वहां पे बोर्ड्स क्यों नहीं लगा देते बड़े बड़े इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मोड में ही, ऑलरेडी हमारे पास डिस्प्ले स्क्रीन्स हैं, हम वहां पे टाइम जोन लेके सारों के सारे कैंडिडेट्स का वहां पे डिस्प्ले कर सकते हैं, एंड दैट वुड बी एडिशनल इनकम फॉर द बार एसोसिएशन which can be used for the members of the bar.
Very good idea, ma'am. Very good idea.
If we all are one on this whole thing, we can take a pledge that let's strive towards paperless campaigns. So I
Absolutely.
request, yes, thank
Absolutely.
you so much. On the ending note, I would like to tell the audience that Mr. GVS Dhillon, who's also contesting for the post of president and is a charming personality, could not be joined us by today because due to some technical issues. So I would request all the candidates contesting for the post of president to share a 2-minute video with us so that it can be posted on our portal and equal opportunities given to everyone. With this, I would like to thank our panelists for today who spared out time and who deliberated on every issue with such patience and such zeal. And also, I would like to say that I look up to both of you for being such personalities in future. And also, in the end, I would like to thank my team, entire team, Mr. Jitendra Goyal, Advocate Jitendra Goyal, Advocate Satej Narula, Advocate Shrey Goyal, Advocate Rahul, Advocate Aditya Dasor, Advocate Anirudh Nanda, all the moderators and all the other persons who are associated with the team who did day and night efforts to organize this thing. So I would like to thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I'm so sorry. I forgot to take one name, which is the most important name for the day. She is Advocate Shreya Vashisht, who opened the whole session today. She did her best, and thanks to everyone. Thank you. Thank you to the
Thank you
panel.
so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, organizers.